Hello. 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 How you doing? How you doing? You know, the Queen died last year. So when she died, um, my mom told me they used to sing to the Queen every day during parade. Remember parade? Parade is when guys just stand in the assembly, then they'd sing the national anthem. So during my mom's days, which was my mom is like 71 right now, so maybe the 50s, 60s there. So they used to stand on the parade and sing the British national anthem. Hmm? Remember the Queen? So they'd sing to the Queen. Check it, God save my precious Queen. God save my loyal Queen. God save the Queen. My mother sang that song. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Another Queen died last year. Now they're singing God Save the King. Check it. God save our precious King. How you guys doing? Welcome to this live stream. My name is Emmanuel Kisingani. If you've never seen me in my life, okay? In your life, what am I saying? If you've never seen me in your life, my name is Emmanuel Kisingani, and this is my live stream. Happy House Year 2023. It's been quite a while since I live stream. Is that what's the past tense of live streaming? I've not live stream on this channel for a long time. Okay. So today I decided I'm gonna come and do a live stream. I'll be doing regular live streams on this channel just to try and get to know the people who watch the videos on this channel, the house tours. If you don't know me, I do house tours on this channel. I've been doing for how long those house tours? I've been doing them for a while, on and off. I've not been the most consistent guy, but I've been doing it for a while, maybe a couple of years. And today I just wanted to sit here and share with whoever is watching some of my thoughts about what's going to happen this year in regards to the housing channel. Frederick Safari says, crazy man. Karibu sana, Frederick. You're the first person on this live stream. I just want to get to know guys. And then I also want guys to get to know me. So I'll be doing a lot of these. As you can see, if you've observed, some of the uploads of the channel I've started uploading quite a bit. I think I've done maybe 4 houses in the last month, which is a record for this particular channel because I've been doing so many other things. But those are the stories we'll discuss today as we are starting this stream. I'm just waiting to see if we'll be more than 2 people. But even if we are 3, hata kama tukue watatu, nakwambia sisi tutaendelea na hii live stream. Semeni amen. Frederick says umesikia yule pastor wa Western aliombea maji ikakuwa turungi. Yeah. But there watu wa Western mazimna, people from Western province, if you're not a Kenyan, there's a province from in the west side of Kenya. Is it a province? An area. Provinces are dead right now. So there's actually Frederick, I don't know if you've seen, there's actually a Jesus right now huko Western. Eh? There's a Jesus. There's a guy there who is a whole Jesus. People are bowing to him and praying to him. Cheki asante Yesu ambaye huko hapa. Hey, Waluya watatuonesha maneno. Waluya, my people. Luyas are interesting. I don't know. There used to be a guy called Jehovah Wanyonyi who also died. Eh? You guys remember Jehovah Wanyonyi? Jehovah Wanyonyi died and he was God, man. Sir Godially dead. Huh? But he didn't come back to life. So that lawyer guy in Western, somebody should go and arrest him immediately. Because you know, these guys, they lead people into doing weird things like committing suicide. Huh? Cults are bad things. So Frederick says, talking of the same guy. Yes, Frederick. I think we're in sync, my brother. We are in sync, my brother. So, karibuni sana. Today we are just hanging out. I want to know you guys. I want you guys to know me and just share my plans for this channel. Okay. I've realized, you know, people are very close to the house tours. But anything else, there seems to be a disconnection between me and people. And it's because I guess it's my fault. I've not been appearing here enough. You cannot form a relationship in just a couple of, videos here and there. You have to keep meeting and meeting. It's like trying to get a girlfriend. You can't just meet her and then next week you think she'll love you. No, you have to keep, meeting her. You have to keep sharing. You have to keep calling. You have to keep, sending those WhatsApps. It's hard work, but after a while you will enjoy. You will enjoy, if you know what I'm saying, my brother. Disloyal Machete is here. Karibu sana. Disloyal Machete says, are you related to Java Limpweza? I have no idea who Java Limpweza is. Who's that? Who's that person, Mr. Disloyal Machete? That is the name of the month. Hey, I'm feeling like sneezing. I don't know what's going on, man. And this sneeze has waited for me to start this live stream so that I start sneezing. But nitachikas ama ni kitu. This thing has dust. So Disloyal Machete, who is Jaba Limpweza? Tell me that first. Then we go on from there. My dad was a polygamous man, so you never know. Maybe I am related to him. My dad was a champ. He spread his seed in many, many places. So you never know. Maybe I am related to Jaba Limpweza. Do you have his photograph? And the year he was born, stuff like that. Maybe he's my long lost brother, who I don't know. My dad was a very serious polygamous man. He had 2 wives and 2 other ladies. So one was his wife, and then they divorced. And then the other one was just a wife. One they divorced, and then the other one they also kosana. So akabaki na wawili. He was a dangerous man, my dad. Dangerous in the area of Luga. He was very good at. He had the gift of gab. He was an English professor, so he used to teach literature at the University of Nairobi. So I think some of the times when he's not in class, he used to give those chicks some literature. My mom, how are you? My name is Professor Wanjala. Professor. So yeah, that's the story of my dad. So I'll check him out, Mr. Disloyal Machete. Hey, that name though. Disloyal Machete. So yes, remember this is just a live stream to get to know you guys and to share my plans for the channel for this year. Frederick Safari says, Niko na swali. Keja ya 3 bedrooms, all with washrooms, itakula mawe ngapi? I know you know these things. Frederick, that is a very deep question. That question is for somebody called a quantity surveyor. A quantity surveyor. Because if you're building a 3-bedroom house, the quantity of stones that you're going to use are according to the square footage. Okay, because you can build a 3-bedroom, which is this size. This is a very small room. Okay, so it depends on the square footage of the house, and then how far up you want. So it's very hard for me to sit here and tell you how many mawes of stones that you will use. But Frederick, if you're building a house, this is a secret that I used when I was building. And I think I've shared this before on another live stream. When you're building, just build stage by stage, especially if it's a self-build and you're financing it yourself without taking a loan from the bank. Just build stage by stage. Say, now I am dealing with the foundation. Okay? You've got in your architect, he's drawn for you the house. All right? You've got in your guy for, what's it called? Your contractor. And then you have a limited budget. So say, okay, now I want to do the foundation. Don't think of anything else. Just think of that foundation. Don't think of even the wall. Just think, I am dealing with foundation. Foundation. Get hardcore, hardcore, do the courses, do the, what's it called? The plumbing, all right? Make sure you have all the floor traps. That is a very important thing when you're building. Make sure all the floor traps are in the right place. You know, floor traps, the ones where when you're washing the house, the water goes through there. Make sure all the floor traps are in the right spots. And then when you finish foundation completely, say, let me think of the walls. Start with the walls. Walls, 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 walls. Do your walls. After you're done, lintel. You're not thinking of anything else. Do the lindo. Lawyers call it lindo. Lindo, 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 lindo. Finish the lindo. Then do the roof. Just think stage by stage by stage. Okay? Start calculating mawangapi. Good. Good before you start the project. But if you're self-financing the project, just think piece by piece by piece. Eventually, you'll be done with your house. All right? I hope that helps. Disloyal Machete says look him up on IG. I'll go check him out. Tom Sasaka amefika huko kwa hii main channel. Eish. Tom Sasaka. Happy New Year, my brother. It's been a minute, huh? It's been a minute, Maze. Tom Sasaka. How you doing, brother? How have you been? Family? Nini nini? Huh? No Kenyans when you meet. You ask each other many common, those questions that Kenyans ask each other in the meet. Umekwaje? Family? Uko fiti? Umerudi? Cheki sijarudi. Bado niko shags. Those are the Kenyan questions. Then they ask you for your number and they have it. Nilipoteza namba yako. Namba yako ni gani? 07? Nitakupigia. No, nitakupigia tukunywe chai. Sawa? Haya. And you'll never see the guy again until the next time you meet. Then you have the same conversation. Family nini nini? Uko fiti? But then nilipoteza namba yako. Namba yako ni gani? 07? Nitakupigia poa poa. So Tom Sasaka, I hope you're good. Disloyal Machete says, but then you can ask questions, by the way, if you have a question to ask. He says, please do a segment on your show where you showcase interior designers. Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. Now that you've brought that up, on this channel, which is where I showcase houses, there's a time last year when I wasn't doing houses. I was feeling a bit bored, to be honest. Let me just be honest with you, 5 people who are here. I was feeling a bit bored because some of these Kenyan houses are so similar. You just go to one house and you show the kitchen, the bedroom, the toilet. Then it just looks like the other one which you showed the last week. I feel like we're not very creative as Kenyans in terms of building and designing houses. We copy. So I come to my place, then I say, nijenge kama ile. Then someone else says, no, nijenge kama ya ule. We don't have very original design. Okay? And if you look across the world, people are building very original designs, especially the interior. I feel like we have to be more creative as Africans in the area, as Kenyans, because I don't know about the rest of Africa. As Kenyans, I feel like we have to be more creative. And then somebody builds a house with very, sometimes I can't say this on a video, but I can say it here. Sometimes you're showcasing a house, but the finishing is not excellent finishing, excellent. Okay? So it's cheap things. So cheap floor, cheap fittings, cheap door, cheap handles. So you're showcasing it. You're telling guys, I love this house. Look at this door. But in your heart, you're like, that door is cheap. Okay? So we have a lot of work. There's a friend of mine who bought a house somewhere in Kamiti Road. It was a Chinese development. Big one. I'm sure if I mention the name, you'll know it. Joatunia wa China, Nani Ku. It's a huge development on Kamiti Road. Okay? He bought it a couple of years ago. Those guys had to change almost everything inside that house. They had to change the toilet system was not flashing properly. The switches for the light were China, cheap China. The heater, the heater for the pre-installed heater, the one the Chinese put in the apartment, it did not last 3 months. So you buy a house, 7 million at that time, it was going for 7 million, 8 million. But it was not, it didn't last. So these guys they ended up selling that house. So we have a big problem in regards to developers, especially these mass-produced houses, because sometimes you're showcasing a house, but you're just like, I wish we could do better. But in terms of interior designers, yes, I'll try and work with I'll try and approach a few. There's Fine Urban Interiors. There's which is a very nice interior design company. They're doing really well. Their videos are really, really good, and the projects that they're doing are really good. Okay, very elaborate. I wish we could get an interior designer who's functional, because sometimes you don't have all those millions of monies to splash on an interior. You have a limited budget, but you want something good and unique. I wish I could find such an interior designer. There's a place called Small World. Small World is on Mombasa Road as you're going to Machakos. It's a country club. It's owned by the same guy as one K1, Kahamas, that family. So the guy for Small World is very creative. If you go there, I've been going there for years. He's very creative. He uses local material to create spaces, makes it look really, really good. So yes, shout out to Fine Urban and the job they're doing and many interior designers out there. But I feel like some of those projects are very grand, and the average Kenyan, I think, can't afford such a lavish interior. So I wish, even as Fine Urban are doing those amazing jobs, Machete, I hope you have interior designers who, are also affordable. Okay, so I can call you and then you give me creative ways to fix up my place so that I don't have to spend too much money because maybe I have a limited budget. Okay, so I'll take up that, my brother Chris Ndenga America Fist. Ja Rastafari, po in the yard, in the place, in the kingdom. Po! If my mother is on this live stream, atasema mimi nini bana mimi. Atasema aliniangusha. Tom Sasaka says tunashukuru familia iko poa. That's a good thing. My Machete brother says agree. Give interior designers a platform to show us what is possible. All right. If you have any ideas, just throw me an inbox, man. Send me an inbox on my Instagram at Emmanuel Kisengani. Then we can share ideas and see what we can do. Okay. So some of my best interior design spaces are Kahamas. There's also this. Listen, I feel like natural things never run out of style. Okay. So if you're buying, and I'm not a professional interior designer, don't quote me, but natural things, you see things like what's it called? Stone cladding, stone cladding, things like mazeras, which have been chopped nicely and put on a wall. Those things never run out of style. Okay, wooden, cladding, such stuff. But these Chinese things, after a while, they'll be inside the house, and after a while, like, hey, this house looks a bit off. Okay, they have a time limit. They're shiny and nice, but I feel like they have a time limit. If we could have more natural, ideas in our buildings. White people are really good at this, and many now interior designers. There's a place called Cafe Bistro. Cafe Bistro is on Langata Road as you're heading towards Langata. So there's a Ruby's there. So now there's a coffee house there called Cafe Bistro. If you enter Cafe Bistro and look at the roof is made of mkeka. As in, they've mixed mkeka and wooden space to create a very nice looking roof. I don't even know how to describe it. Just go there and check it out. It's brand new. It looks amazing. Okay. So to be honest, I do house tours, but I'm not yet fully impressed by the houses we have. There's no house I've gone to which I'm fully like, I'm like, this is amazing. I haven't seen that yet, and I'm looking for that. And I understand some of our clients are also very difficult. They want a certain look. There's also another developer. Okay, his name is okay. The company is called Residency. Okay, Residency Africa. Check them out. That guy, I've met the owner of Residency. I actually did quite some work with him. He's one of the few guys. He's a young guy. He's like 30 years old. Very young, very fresh ideas. That guy does good work on a budget. There's a apartment block he built called The Residency. I think the video is on this channel. So the Residency is very well laid out, very well built, and affordable. Like that's the thing. It's affordable. They were going for like 8M at that time or 9, but it was built really well, sold out, chap chap, because people can smell quality. So they built it well. It had light, these put windows creatively, so everywhere there was light streaming in. So that developer is one of the few developers in Kenya who have looked at it. I'm like, these guys' projects are A1 projects, man. So they're building a new project. It's called Hotani. I don't know if they've sold out, but those ones are bigger and a bit more expensive, but very good quality. And then there's another small project he's doing called Kirawa. I think that one is already sold out. But if you're buying a house, please just take your time. Don't rush. And then don't see a video on YouTube alafu tume deposit kama especially nyinyi watu wa diaspora. Eric Waweru says tuned in from Doha. Eric Waweru, wewe yule jamaa wa nini? Metro. Maybe hapa nakunywa kanywaji kangu. Today is Friday. Kanywaji. I'm not a big drinker, but they have decided to indulge kidogo and just have one for the road. So, my brother Eric Oweru, karibu sana, all the way from Doha, man. Karibu, man. I hope you're doing well in Doha. So, Eric Oweru, you've made me remember some of my plans for this year. So, one of the things I'm going to do this year, God willing, okay? By the grace of God, the Muslims say, Inshallah. So one of the things I'm going to do, God willing, this year is I want to travel. Because I told you, last year I was quite bored. I was like, hey, Kenya, I need to see what people are doing outside Kenya. I'll still do the Kenyan house tours. I promise I'll be very, very consistent in my posting. Those of you who gave up on me because I never used to post, I'm very, very sorry. But this year and going forward, I plan to post very regularly. And another thing I plan to do is travel. I plan to go to Rwanda. I've been looking at the houses in Rwanda because I noticed many of the people who watch this channel just want to see designs so that they can use those designs in their own homes also. Some of them don't necessarily want to build. Okay? So, some of them don't want to buy. They want to build. So they're watching the channel. They're like, hey, checking you. Okay. Then they get the ideas. Then they execute for their own projects. So I want to travel and see if I'm just checking my mic. I want to travel and see other projects around East Africa. I plan to go to Rwanda. There's some projects I've been following which I want to see there. See how if they do things differently from us guys over here. I plan to go to South Africa. In South Africa, the visas are out nowadays. I hope Cyril Ramaphosa is in trouble because of the falafala problem that he's having in South Africa. The people went to his house and they found money in chairs in his house. So I hope Cyril Ramaphosa signed the agreement that they had with Kenya that there are no visas. So I just plan to hop into an airplane and go to down south and just check out projects over there, Nigeria. And then I also plan to go to the Middle East. I'm very interested in the architecture of the Middle East, places like Lebanon, places like, not necessarily Middle East, but places like Morocco. I'm very interested in the architecture that they have there. We see if we can get those designs and use them hapa huku Kenya. Unajua kuna huku US na kuna huku Kenya. So huku Kenya pia we need those ideas so that we so that we think broadly beyond our cocoon of local thinking. So, does that make sense, my brothers and my sisters? If you're watching, please shout me out on the comment section. Eric Oweru says, haha, I have started Mjengo in Kitengela, Milimani area. Congratulations, bro. That means you're going to be my neighbor because we're in the same area. I'm in an area around Old Namanga Road. So, Eric, ukikuja kutoka Doha, make sure unitumie message na nikuja nione project. Okay? I'd really love to see it, man. How far has it gone? Have you finished the shell, or you're still, or you're done? How far has it gone, my good brother Eric? Milimani is coming through nicely. There's a road called Old Namanga Road, which is being recarpeted by the government, but they need to, they need to put tarmac. If they put for us tarmac, tutakuwa mbele. Tutakuwa kama watu wa Doha. But right now, I have to keep buying shock absorbers because the road is rough. It's passable, but I don't enjoy the drive. It really works on your shock absorbers and your bushes. Okay, so places you can buy land around Kenya. I think that's another thing I wanted to talk about. Kitengela is growing really, really fast. I live here, you can see it. People are building every day. So if you're looking for a place to buy land, this is, it's a bit far. Okay, so if you're a guy who works in Tao, I'd recommend you just to buy an apartment in town. If you're young, you can buy in Kitengela and just fence it, and maybe you come over the weekend. But if you're a young man, business savvy, you're coming up in life, pole pole, and you need to be in the urban area, I think an apartment on Gong Road would be good. Apartments on Gong Road are not doing bad right now. You probably 7 million to 10M, you can get a decent apartment. Chinese built though, but there are so many, 7 to 10M. Kilimani, Kileleshwa. In fact, I was around Valley Arcade today. So many tall buildings. There's so many. Around Nairobi West, there's a place which I'm planning to go, 2.5M. You get I think it's a studio or a 1-bedroom. Some of these apartments, people are buying them to make them Airbnbs. So that's also another thing people are doing. So they're buying an apartment, especially the tiny ones. The tiny ones by Savo. You know Savo? Savo is a developer. They build these very nice looking buildings in very unlikely places like Feather. They have some around Rongai, but they build them really, really well. So studio goes for 1.8 million, 2 million. Very fair prices, and they're very hot cake when it comes to Airbnb. So people are really buying a lot of those. There's also one they're building on Gong Road. Their concept is they sell to you, but they're not selling to you for you to live in there. They're selling to you so that you can rent it and make some sort of passive income. Okay, but potato, I think it's all up to you in regard to what you want to do to the house. I'd advise a younger person to get an apartment in Ngong Road, and this is just my own opinion, and this is not advice, as they normally say in cryptocurrency. This is not financial advice. I'm just giving you my own opinion. I'd get an apartment in the city, a nice one, and then after that, I can now think of buying a big patch of land, Itangela, Kamulu. It's also really opening up. I personally don't like those areas, but it's growing. People are building great houses in that area. Juja, those areas are also really well. If you want a nice but a more advanced neighborhood, there's around Tatu City. Around Tatu City, guys are selling land there. It's very nice and very, you'll buy land for 3 million, but you'll be guaranteed some good neighbors. Utapata neighbors wa power, okay? For some of this cheap land, you buy it for 300K. The neighbor, builds something weird, like face you, I face me, mabati houses. You're like, sasa wewe neighbor. Sasa tutajenga mabati houses up. So the more expensive the land you buy, the better the neighbor you get. Okay? Theoretically speaking. The more qualitative the neighbor you get. So think of such things when you're trying to invest. If you want to just build pole pole, come to Kitengela, buy a piece of land, and just build slowly but surely. Slowly but surely, man. Eric says I'm on the wall plus the stage. Oh, congrats, bro. Brat, you're doing well, man. You're doing well. So yeah, so that's where the channel will go, and I'll keep trying to give you the best. But the main thing that I want to do this year is I want to be very regular in my sharing of videos. Okay. I don't want to get into some of the problems that I went through last year in regards to content, but next year this year itaweza sana, itaweza. Okay, itaweza sana. So I guess that's it. I was just diving in and out, and just trying to figure out what's happening. I'm trying also to form a club. Okay, because content creation is very expensive. Um, it's very expensive to shoot these videos, but I love it. I'd say some of the money I've put in, I've made it back over time. But one of the things that I want to do going forward is just build a community of people who'll be giving about $1. Uh, you know, as you're watching a video, you just give $1. $1 is about 100 shillings. So with that, because one of the things that I want to do on this channel is like I'm not an agent. Okay, many people call me and tell me, "Hey Manu, are you an agent?" No, I'm. To be honest, I'm not an agent. I'm an enthusiast. I'm a real estate enthusiast. There's a difference. Okay, an agent will showcase a house and then they won't tell you where it is. But now you'll have to call them and say, "Hey, by the way, nataka hii nyumba iko wapi?" So if they take you, the developer will give them a cut, which is fine. Okay, people have to earn their bread. But that is not the way I plan to earn my bread through this channel. Okay. So number one, I plan to have a club of people who will be giving 100 bob every every so often. Maybe 100 bob a month, 100 bob a video. It depends on the individual. And then now with that, I can just keep the channel free. How I plan to monetize the channel just from advertising. I'll incorporate advertising on the channel in regards to people who want to sell cement, people who want to sell curtain rods, people who want to sell plumbing equipment, designers, such stuff. But I want to keep it free in regards to you watch the video and you can call. Okay, you can call and go directly to the developer. I don't want to be an agent. Um, I feel like in 2023, for me as an individual, my joy is for you to just access the information directly. And if you want to support the channel, that's fine. So, in all the videos going forward, you guys will be seeing a pay bill. If I get, say, 1,000 people or 2,000 people supporting with the channel with 100 bob, that's good enough, man. That's good enough. It'll keep the bills going. I'll be able to keep the trips to all the places that I need, and it won't be punitive to the people watching. Okay. But meanwhile, I'll just keep it going, on my own. All right. But I just wanted to share that so that you guys can, you know, can enjoy. All right. My friend Edna is around. She says, do both enthusiastic realtor. Bado nitakutafuta. Nitafute Miss Edna mazi. Nitafute mazi. We were supposed to go with you somewhere. Alafu ukakuwa busy. All right? So we need to do that thing. We need to do that thing. We need to go together to Rwanda. This thing is so big. We need to travel, man. We need to go to Egypt. There's a place in Egypt where they build so very nice houses. I've forgotten the name. I wanted to go there, and then the you know the what's it called? They started the war. Remember the war in Egypt? So but they have a very nice place. I've forgotten the name of that place. But I'll this year we'll travel to quite a few destinations and figure out this worldwide real estate thing and just figure out how people live. Another thing I want to do this year, I'll show you different hoods. I'll show you around. I'm very passionate about these old houses which are about to be demolished. Madaraka Estate. There is Jericho Estate. All those estates soon, like Madaraka Estate, they are the old houses and then there are the new ones. Okay, so you know, I'm passionate about showing and documenting those places, so I'll do a lot of that. So I guess less talking and more doing. That's what needs to be done. No, less talking and more doing. Hii kanywaji yangu ina penya. Ish. Ay, ay, ay. Hey, I'm telling you, it's going down really well. So I think we're done. Sindio, Eric Waero says we are here to support you, bro. You are on the right path. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate. I appreciate, brother. So thanks, bro. Eric Waero has a question. If you have a question, ask me because I'm about to jump off this live stream and go and relax in the house. Eric Waero says, how is Milimani Kitengela neighborhood? It is growing fast. Milimani Kitengela growing very, very fast. There's a place called Kimisitu, very nice place, just along the road. And they're building serious houses. People are not joking. People have money. Watu wako na pesa ya kujenga manyumba. Huh? So Milimani is doing well. I haven't seen any weird structures yet. But you know, people are building nice houses. That's what I'd say. Okay. If at all they could just fix the road, that would be perfect. But they haven't fixed it yet. So, but meanwhile, Kenyans are very hardworking and very, very tenacious. There are guys who built huku nyuma where I live, huku ndani, because me I live like 3 kilometers from Kitengela town. But there are guys who built like 6 kilometers in. You're like, hawa watu kwani hii rent landlord alifanyia nini hawa watu ba? So Milimani is doing well. Chuna is also doing well up there. Kitengela is growing in that direction towards Namanga. People are building very, very interesting houses besides. There are also many clubs huku pia. There's a place called there's a place just on the edge of Kitengela CBD where they've built a quiver. So your quiver is right next to people's apartment. That's watu watalala. But when you're buying a plot, you have to be very careful. And imagine you build your house and then next door somebody opens a quiver. So that there is no sleeping. Those guys play loud music. I pass there sometimes when I'm driving home. So you just hear loud music and there are flats right next door. Your story as Sakaja was very important. These clubs, can you imagine if you have a family? How are you going to sleep? How is your baby going to sleep? They're playing some flavor. Check it. Sawa, 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 le. Sawa, 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 le. Pom, pom. Eporokoto. Epom, pom. Wait, DJ. Rudia Obama, Rudia. Okay, from the top. Pull up, downtown selector. Welcome to Quiver Lounge, Kitengela, right next to your bedroom. Cheki hapa hakuna kulala kama uko kwa club, kama uko nyumbani. Hakuna kulala. DJ, pull up selector from the top. I want some pulo koto. She wants some pop. Saka, baby. You're in your bed. Take you in your bed. Take. Yeah. So things are thick. Things are thick hapa Kitengela, man. So there are so many clubs. Quiver. There's another one called Juicy Roxy. You remember the one it was trending. People were complaining about this guy not paying his staff members. So nikubaya sana huko. Nikubaya sana huko. Natural K Teddy today anafungua roho yake yote. Anasema also feel like I'm a good marketer maybe, but agency ni kujiforce, imekataa. Sipendi stress. I think agency depends on your personality. Like me, I don't like being called. Ni kupigiwa simu bana. Kupigiwa simu all the time. Cheki hello. Kuna nyumba niliona kwa hii channel yako. Bado iko available? Aya, mimi naitwa Trofena. Nilikuwa nataka hiyo nyumba ama unitafutie plot Kitale. Okay, hakuna Kitale. Haya, unaweza nitafutia kitu Migori? Ujui watu wa Migori. Haya, fanya hivi. Wacha nikupigie. There's someone who called me at 11:30 p.m. to ask me about a house. Check, hello. I know it is late, but there's a house I watched on your channel. 11:30. True story. I'm not even lying. Eh? I'm like, hey, 11:30. Surely. Sasa utanipigia 11:30 uniulize maneno ya nyumba kweli? So it depends on your personality. If you can handle those phone calls, all good. For me, I just want to show guys the houses. I want to be more like a magazine, like I'm a magazine showing how houses. So, but you never know. Maybe I'll learn and grow into it, pole. Okay. Natural K pia yeye anapigwanga hizo simu inakaa kwa hiyo namba yake inakwanga hapo kwa video hapo kwa surface ya video. Mimi nitakupigia siku moja. Check hello, Natural K. How are you? Okay, there's this house that you showcased, but maneno ya nyumba sitaki. I just wanted to tell you have a very good voice. I'm saying you have a very good voice. Na nilikuwa nataka kuona kama tunaweza kutana pale tukutane pale Java nikununulia hata kama ni kahawa ya kusema tu shukrani. Because your voice is amazing. Uko na boyfriend? Check it, Natural K Daddy. Check it. Ay. But not everyone is like that. Some guys are serious. I've gotten some very good phone calls too. I've gotten some, but I feel like I let them down because now I'm not an agent. So yeah, so that's what's up. So guys, this channel of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Okay, I'll try and do more of this. I'll try and get out of my cocoon and just do more of these live streams. If I can make one new friend from doing these things, that's good. I wish you all the best this year in terms of the houses you're looking for. It's very stressful, this thing of houses. It's very stressful, man. You see one, then you see that one. You're like, should I take this one or that one or that one or this one? It's pretty stressful. But I wish you guys all the best in your house maneno this year or your biasharas. Shout out to all of you for supporting this guy who's not been very consistent in his channel. So shout out to all of you. I'll keep talking about the dollar club, so don't get tired. This is day one. I'll keep doing it, keep mentioning it up on a pale. So I guess we have to keep the lights on one way or another. Okay. Another project you can look out for, especially for investors, is the affordable housing project being done by one William somewhere, but it's not him doing it. I actually know the guy who's designing the project. Okay, I know the company and I know the guy who works in that company. So I have a lot of inside info in that regard. So watch out for that. There's one being built in Mavoko. It was launched the other day. And I think if you're an investor, you can, put some money aside, just buy some of those apartments. There are houses where we live. The place where I grew up called Madaraka Estate, and the people who bought those houses those days, right now they're making some good monthly income on rent because the houses were cheap. They're going for 2 million. Can you imagine 2 million for a 3-bedroom in Madaraka Estate, right next to the CBD? So right now you can't get a house over there for less than 45,000 bob, even for the old houses, because many of these guys are refurbishing the old house and renting it to other people. So especially if you're a younger person, you have some money you put aside, keep your eye open for some of these projects. They look cheap, but in the long run, you're gonna reap some good benefits from them. So those affordable housing things, you buy one, you rent it out to other guys. There's a Great Wall. They're always selling houses on offer. If you have 3 million in cash, you go there, you get your apartment. You rent it out for your 30,000 a month. Decent homes, very decent. It's packed with humanity. But remember, people are procreating every single day. My nephews are 18 years old right now. So um, just, keep an eye out on these projects. Put your money in there. Save, bulk up your money. If you can buy it in cash, you're going to save because interest always builds up to very high amounts. So watch out. Great Wall every year. If you have 3 million in cash, or if there's a way you can get that, you give them cash. They give you a 3 bedroom apartment. So watch out for some of those projects so that you can, in the future, you'll thank me. You'll thank me later. You'll take kuna msee fulani anaitwa Emmanuel. He gave me these particular ideas, and they really, really worked. So, and look at the population of the world. Guys are procreating thoroughly, man. Especially in Africa. In Africa, guys are wanazana vibasa, and we have a very urban population. People don't want to live in shags. So it would be wise if you're a long-term thinker, just invest in those things and you'll be good. Okay? Mungu mbele kaka. Thank you very much. See you guys on the next video. I've posted like 2 videos lately. Just check them out. Have a very, very good night. Remember to jump on the pay bill, the till number. Your till number again. 5. Let me check that till number. Aya, 5426063. The video will stay here, so I wanted it to be. So 5426063 is the till number. $1 a month. And we're gonna keep this channel doing really well. Thank you so much. Itendi tutaongea kwa DMs, okay? Eric Waveru, thank you so much. Who else? Who else is here? Disloyal Machete, thank you. Tom Sasaka, Chris Nenga, Frederick Safari, thank you so much for joining me on this random live stream. Bye bye. Hasta la vista.